Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is going to be a very short little demo video showing off the Stanwood 10-ounce ball winder that I just recently received. I had a few people ask me to show them how it worked, and I just so happen to have a couple of skeins of yarn that I need to wind up before starting a tutorial video, so I thought I'd just film and show you how it works. It's actually really simple. Putting it together was very easy. The instructions in the box were super simple. All you really had to do was clamp it to the table, put the arm here under the little butterfly screw, and pop the cone onto the top and twist it so it's locked into place. And that's all it took to get it set up. Super, super easy. And I happen to have this ball of Hirschner's Worsted 8 that I plan on using, and as you can see, we have the start of some lovely yarn vomit as I was trying to find the end. Alright, so now that I finally got that ridiculous yarn mess figured out, so I should be able to just wind the whole thing now. It's really easy to thread. You just have to take your yarn from the outside, put it through the hole here in the top tensioner. You want to grab this bottom one. I like to put it from the bottom up, just like that. And then up on top of the cone, there are a couple of notches, and I just like to leave a long enough tail that it's going to get wrapped up pretty quickly. Make sure that your hands are clear of this portion, and then all you have to do is turn the crank. Unlike the little cheapo ones that I think most of us have, or at least start out with, this has a really heavy-duty hand crank, and it doesn't tell you which direction you should spin in, so I tend to actually push the handle clockwise, but it doesn't really matter, whichever is more comfortable for you. And it doesn't take a lot of motion. The second tensioner actually works quite quickly. Now we've reached the portion in the middle where everything is tied in knots. And you will find, especially with acrylic yarns, that occasionally you'll have portions that are looped up. You can unknot them as you go, like I'm doing now, or you can take care of them as you come to them when you're working. I like to take care of it now. Just personal preference, I guess. You don't have to hold on to the yarn with your hand, but it's just habit for me. It keeps this extra arm from wobbling, which makes me nervous. because with the speed that it's going, oh look, isn't that awesome? Good job, Hirschner's, with a giant chunk of the metallic there. But anyway, it just helps keep the arm steady, because even though this is definitely a higher end winder, I am nervous and afraid that the speed with which I'm winding will cause the arm to fly loose, and God forbid my children or pets be anywhere nearby when it does so. And barring horrendously awful knots that I have to keep picking out as I'm going, usually takes somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes to wind up to a 10-ounce skein of yarn into a cake. I'm actually getting pretty close to the end of it right now. And this is only an 8-ounce ball of yarn. You will find that as it gets closer to the end, up on the top portion here, it is going to rub a little bit, but not enough that it actually catches or displaces any of the other yarn. As long as you keep moving it. If you slow down too much, then it does get stuck. And now, of course, toward the end of the yarn, we're going to have a big old mess. See if we can get the whole thing here. Get it past that spot. Nope. Gonna fight me every step of the way, aren't ya? Come on now. There's literally feet left of this yarn, and it's just... hell no, we won't go. And there we go. That is an entire Hirschner's worsted 8 ball of yarn. And I'm going to tie the end in a knot. And the only reason that I'm doing that is that this particular yarn, as you can see, the metallic thread likes to completely separate from the yarn. It is only very loosely wrapped around the center of the yarn, and tying it makes it so it doesn't completely separate way down into the ball. So you just tuck in your end, pull up your center tail, and just slide it right off the cone, which apparently has one string that's stuck underneath. Slide it right off, and there you go. A big, beautiful ball of yarn, now in cake form. Very, very large cake. As I said, this is an 8-ounce cake. This winder will do up to a 10-ounce skein, and I wound quite a few of them yesterday, so I can attest to the fact that yes, it very much does. Let me see if I have a few other ones. So this is another one that I did yesterday. This is the leftover from one of the variegated Hirschner's yarns that I have. And this is a much smaller leftover, so it does do small cakes of yarn as well. This is maybe 2.5-ish ounces, perhaps, not a lot. But comparatively in size, I mean, you got this beast, which I can't even completely fit in the screen. You got this one, and then way up on top, this guy here. So yeah, that is my little demo video for the Stanwood 10-ounce ball winder. I hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful. And if you are on the market for getting a better ball winder, I would highly recommend it. It is very well put together and it seems to be a sturdy piece of machinery. Considering the fact that I made the little cheapo $15 plastic one last me the past at least 3 years, and it is still functional, I'm certain that this piece is going to more than pay for itself. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.